you came out. We know that it's a tough night, and we're just thrilled to see some faces in our audience. We're very, very proud of the work that we've done this year on our strategic plan, and we're very, very excited to just kind of share, and we will try to be pretty quick, but we have a lot to celebrate. So my name is Danielle Hawkins. I'm the Director of Curriculum and Instruction, and I will introduce the ladies behind me momentarily. I do want to just start by reintroducing, if you haven't seen this before, our timeline of kind of the life cycle of our strategic plan. We are currently in the first year of a three-year strategic plan. So last year we spent almost the whole year gearing up for the work that we would do this year. We did start with surveying our community and holding focus groups to really try to understand the areas that we were doing well and serving our students as best we could, and areas that we could improve. We did form a strategic planning committee that met all year last year, and we presented the goals to the board in May of last year, and then we have been able to adopt the goals that you will see on the next slide. Have art, I swear. I think our clicker needs some batteries. So we have 3 strategic planning goals. There we go. Sorry. Those are super tiny, and I want to make sure that I have the wording right. So for goal 1, Akron Central Schools will continue to expand experiences and enhance community engagement opportunities. Goal 2, Akron Central Schools will strive to build a supportive and inclusive space. And goal 3, Akron Central Schools will seek to enhance educational opportunities and academic flexibility for students. So 3 sort of different areas, but I'm sure you can already see there's a lot of overlap in those areas for opportunities. And we have seen that even in our implementation of working on these goals this year. We did adopt sort of those little pieces of clip art to represent each of the goals. So you may see those throughout our presentation, just to kind of differentiate the work between the 3. I would like to introduce the ladies behind me. We are really, really excited to have these 6 working alongside me and our admin team and really our whole district on our planning goals this year. So we have Bernadette Chunko. She has been focusing on goal 1. She also works as a 4th grade teacher at our elementary school. We have Katie Schrower, Sydney Magera, and Missy Monjovi for our goal 2. For goal 2, we felt like it was very important that we had a representative in each building, so that's why there's 3 of them. We're excited that they are all on board. Katie is a 5th grade teacher in our elementary school. Cindy is a 6th grade teacher in our middle school, and Missy enjoys teaching students from middle school and high school in the special ed department. Lastly, for goal 3, we have Lacey Cochran and Mary Stanley. Lacey is a 6th grade teacher, and she also teaches debate at our middle school, and Mary Stanley is a 1st grade teacher at our elementary school. So we're going to jump into our goals and some of the things that we have been able to accomplish or that we are currently working on in support of our goals. So for goal 1, as you'll remember, it is to continue to expand experiences and enhance community engagement opportunities. One of the action steps for that involved really taking inventory of our current community partnerships and trying to discern how we could improve upon those, grow those, and create opportunities for students. One of the main things that our district did in support of this goal was to create the community partnership liaison position. It was actually a split position this year between Nicole Johnson, our high school counselor, and Karen Saley, our business teacher. So they took that over this year, and they have done a really lovely job of reaching out to our community. We held our first community partnership meeting, and we actually were pretty well attended with business owners. So we're excited to grow those partnerships, nurture those partnerships, and continue to expand opportunities for students. I'm going to let Bernadette speak to some of the other work that we've done to support our goal 1.
It's hard for me to see that slide way over there. So I might turn around this way because that one's bigger. All right, one of the first things that we did was we worked with the high school guidance counselor, and we set up a Classroom Buddies program. We had 19 classrooms from the elementary that wanted to participate, but we didn't have that many available high school students that could do that. But we at least had that many elementary students that are teachers that wanted to. We ended up having 8 teachers that it was able to coincide with, which was great. It was an excellent program that worked out really well. We had them from pre-K all the way up to 5th grade. They did find out that if they were in the pre-K, maybe it wasn't the best situation for them, which was great to find out now before they go off to college and they realize, oh, this isn't for me. Or they found out, and maybe in 5th grade, it wasn't the best partnership there, that maybe the older kids is not what I want to do. So it was a great learning experience. So even if it didn't pan out and work the best of best worlds, it was still a great learning experience, and they know it. I have one that's been with me the whole year, and it's working out really well. The kids love when she comes in. She has a great rapport with them. The girls, of course, care for her so much. She can work with the kids one-on-one. It's working really well. We have, of course, our big, huge project this year is a Day of Caring, which is coming up next Friday, which is May 22nd. It is a lot of work to get things caught up. A lot of planning and organizing between all 3 buildings. The elementary, I have to say, was the easiest one to organize and plan. I think that's partly because of the way that their mindset is running and how they are already grouped in grade levels. So that was really good. The middle school, we're still getting things ready and organized, but we're almost there. We're so close. In the high school, we're still working on things, but we're almost there too. We've only got a week to get things completely organized, but we're just about there. We're finalizing things, almost set to go with the Day of Caring. And then the last bullet point up there is One District, One Book, which spills over to Group 2, which, or Goal 2, I'm sorry, Goal 2, and they're going to talk about that a little bit as well. Okay, Michael, now you can go to the next slide. Okay, these were some pictures from the Classroom Buddies. We had 4th grade, which was my classroom, and we had a science project they were working on, and there's the Classroom Buddy there. We had a UPK where they were doing some fun activities, and then we have 3rd grade, which worked out fabulously. They actually worked in 2 different rooms, and they had a lot of fun there. He helped all year long, and he still goes there, and he's there a lot. One thing with the Classroom Buddies, just so that you're aware, is we did keep safety in mind. They had to sign in the office every time they were there. They had to get a lanyard, and it would say Classroom Buddy on it. They would take that lanyard with them up to the classroom. They would do their thing. They would have to then go back to the elementary office to sign out. They had a master sheet in the office, so if there was ever any type of emergency or drill, evacuation, the office had the master copy, so we did know who was in our building at specific times. So we did keep safety in mind when we had the Classroom Buddies happening. So we did have it all organized that way. Okay. This is our Day of Caring, just a nice, cute little picture. We do have lots of things going on, so I kind of little cutesied it up there. An elementary teacher coming out of me there. Okay, Michael. All right, here we have Day of Caring. Partnership, organization, teamwork, planning, and excitement. I am extremely excited for this day. I'm hoping a lot of the teachers are as well. Michael, if you can click on activities for elementary for me. Thank you. This is where a lot of the planning came in. I went to the elementary teachers and we got this sheet. They came up with an idea they wanted to do, and we created this sheet. We shared it with all administration, so administration could look on this and see what activity was there, the time they wanted to do it. We got it so Mark Alexander would know if they needed busing. If they didn't, we would know if they put in a request to get the busing, if it was walking or not. So everything was put on here. We even had requests in for any supplies we needed and if it could be ordered. So everything from elementary was right on this one sheet, so administration would know everything that we needed to have for it. So it was a one-stop shop for us. So it worked out really well. They had really good ideas. If we go to the middle school one, these were the activities that we have for them. The fire hall is accepting graciously, I was able to get a hold of them, and they're taking 40 kids, and they got some really fun activities for the kids to do. I hope that they're going to enjoy it there. I would want to be a middle schooler, and I would want to go to the fire hall because I think it's going to be fun. Lacey is going to be taking her middle school students that are in charge of, or that are the middle school government are going to go to the senior center, and they're going to be doing lunch and doing some activities and games and doing some fun things there, and cleaning and things like that. We have some that are going to actually stay in school that day instead of leaving, and they're going to do some thank yous and things. Window washers down Main Street. We're going to go to St. Teresa's, and they're going to do some yard cleanup as well. So that was all organized for the middle school. Then the high school was a lot of work, and Danielle Hawkins was very helpful with this one. We came up with a lot of activities, but before we sent it out to the kids to choose what they wanted to do, we actually had a meeting with the teachers to see what they wanted to do, and if there was things on the list that they wanted to do, we asked them to add it to the list. And then some of them actually said, hey, I've got this great idea, and I've already got a group of kids that want to do it with us, and they gave us their names. So we came up with more activities that way. So we were able to come up with even more activities to do. And we have things like going to the bike path and cleaning, or going to the bike path and doing chalk art, or staying on campus and planting flowers, or staying on campus and doing creating bookmarks, or for the local library, like just different activities that they came up with on their own. So I thought it was a really great idea to have their involvement, and it puts some ownership with them and the kids. So that hopefully all goes well with nice weather next week. In the elementary, we wanted to have a little bit of fun with it, so we did a t-shirt contest. We had over 70 entries in the t-shirt contest. We picked 3 winners. We did it in different groups. We did it for about a month. The names there are the winners, a first grader, a second grader, and a fourth grader. We had them on sale from the Tiger Innovations. We sold 75 t-shirts. The store closed on Monday night. They will be out on the 20th. They'll be handed out into their homerooms. And yeah, we have them displayed. I think they're running actually through the TV screens in the cafeterias in the elementary and in the high school, so they can see the winners and what the t-shirts were. So that's what we have for Goal 1.
Thank you, Bernadette. I'm going to introduce our Goal 2 coaches to talk about some of the initiatives we had in support of Goal 2.
Do I need the microphone? All right, so for Goal 2, to build a supportive and inclusive environment, we have focused on a lot of different activities over the course of this year. One of the first things was an aligned school spirit week for the variety of activities that we have throughout the year. For a lot of parents, having students in either 2 buildings, all 3 buildings, it's a lot to prepare for. So to make sure that students are going through and having the same day to dress up, that was something that we aligned for homecoming, for Red Ribbon Week, as well as our 100 days of either school, looking at it from an elementary perspective, or the 100th birthday of Akron High School. So we were able to align those so everybody was on the same page and all dressed alike on those days, which is kind of nice to see K through 12.
Okay, and then we had a whole bunch of initiatives that focused around belonging and inclusion, and I can't read that one either, so I apologize that I'm turning and kind of like looking this way. I can't see that. So yeah, so I'm not turning my back. I just need to look up here. So we had those initiatives that really focused on belonging and inclusion. We started with Start with Hello Week, which had a whole bunch of different activities that really was focused on inclusion, making people feel welcome, making everybody kind of like start off the new school year with everybody feeling that they were greeted in a way. Orange Shirt Day, Indigenous Dance Assembly, Disability Awareness Week, Red Ribbon Week, the elementary school daily affirmations, and then Shine Bright 3 through 5. So if you look at all of those ideas, they just they bring everybody together in some way or another. They make everybody aware of different initiatives that are going on across the district, and many of those are celebrated from elementary through middle and all the way through high school, which again is the concept of bringing the whole district together and creating the culture within the whole district.
All right, so the last part of the section of Goal 2 gets into those cross connections between the buildings, which is something that we spent quite a bit of time focusing on based on parent and student feedback. So one of the ways to do that was with Tigers Meet the Cubs. And we had the kindergartners partnered up with a senior in high school, and they met on the football field. If you're on social media, you may have seen it kind of was that viral trend. And we plan to do something with them at the end of the year to send the seniors off with the kindergartners. We also did one story, one district. So pre-K through grade 12, all students had the same text, and we created various activities for them to kind of meet their grade level band. And then this is a picture of 100 years of Akron that Missy highlighted before. So the biggest one here with the cross-building connections is something that we have coming up, and this is the first time ever that we are going to do this for our fifth graders becoming sixth graders. We are doing a fifth and sixth grade swap day. So the fifth graders will have an opportunity beyond just meeting with the counselors and social workers and kind of getting a lay of the land of this is what it will look like, but to also rotate through the classrooms and really focus on connections before content for the kids. And hopefully in the afternoon then have some type of activity for them to participate in as well. And during that time, the current sixth graders will come back to us, the fifth grade teachers, and we are going to be doing advice cards for the current fifth graders as they go up, popsicles, and get to reconnect with them. So it's a nice way to kind of bridge that gap. And in the future, our hope is that we can expand this from 8th to 9th grade, especially because we are so lucky. One of the unique things about our district is that we are a one campus district. So it's actually a lot easier for us than a lot of other districts to have those transitions happen. And then this is just the positive affirmations poster that's hung in all the elementary classrooms that they say every day, and the video that was created by teachers and students before they started state testing.
You can go next slide, Mike. So you'll see well wishes for our students who are testing. We can move on.
You've been preparing all year for this. You can't do it! You got this. Woohoo!
We have fun. Thank you. Lastly, we did have an action step in our strategic plan that really focused on SEL and evidence-based practices. We are very much still working and in the planning stages of this action step. Most of that work is being done through our shared decision-making team, so it wasn't necessarily a coach initiative, but I wanted to highlight that that is still ongoing. Mike, would you mind advancing the slide? Thank you so much. I am delighted to introduce our Goal 3 coaches.
All right. All right. I was just laughing and talking to Lacey because earlier today I decided I wanted to practice and rehearse a little bit. So in my first grade classroom, I was standing and talking to myself, and somebody walked in and they looked at me like, what is she doing? So hopefully that rehearsal has helped a little bit. But We are excited. This goal really focuses on enhancing educational opportunities for students right here in Akron. And as a teacher and a parent in this district, I just feel that this goal is, as all the goals are, really important. It's our chance to really listen to students and parents in the community and look for ways we can enhance what's taking place here. Part of that involved looking at surveys that were administered.
A lot of data dives.
Yeah. And so we took that information and we were trying to look at not only across the district, but in each building, what students were interested in and ways we could, enhance what was going on or come up with some new ideas of things that we could do here. And we're excited to also share, obviously, I'm sure many of you know about this, but the climate surveys there's new ones already out. As the parent, I already received that one. So the parent survey has gone out, the instructional staff survey has gone out, and I believe the student one is coming out. They're all out officially. Perfect. So I don't know if you want to talk about some of the offerings that are taking place based on the interests that were expressed.
Mike, will you just head to the next slide? Thank you so much. So some of the things that we kind of focused on this, like exactly what Mary said, we were the academic innovation goal. So we wanted to innovate our academics. So we had a couple of new courses that were offered this year, which seemed to be very successful. So in the elementary, they started drama club. So a little opportunity for our kiddos. And then in the middle school, I started doing a debate elective, which next year we're actually going to morph it. So this year was nice to do it because it was great to see that there was a ton of interest. And next year it's going to be morphed into speech and debate, and we're going to be actually affiliated with the National Speech and Debate Association. So I'm hoping we can get some of the kids up to skill level so that we can go and compete, because there's some competition opportunities there. So super exciting about that. And I know the kids kind of got a little bug in their ear, whatever it might have come from me, about that. And they're a little bit excited too of like, this could be me. So that's really fun. We also have CTE foundations this year, and that's also being morphed into something next year as a capstone for our 8th graders. Again, just a really cool opportunity for our kids to get a little more hands-on learning. It's going to be focused a lot more on like, kind of similar to what Mrs. O'Malley was doing with Tech Wars. So we're going to see that happening now as an opportunity in class, so kids can, 8th graders can take that. In the high school this year, we offered food science, tiger innovation, sports statistics, and what's really exciting too is now we have the seal of biliteracy. Actually, look at how perfect timing. So that's pretty awesome that these things are happening, and we can't take credit for all of that. That's also the district, so thank you, district. I don't know. Do you want to talk about kindness suitcase?
Yeah, so if you want to actually go to the next slide for 1 second. So another part of it is looking at like non-traditional ways to deliver instruction. And so we collaborated with Erie Wenbosie's. I had the opportunity to attend the Kindness Suitcase, which is a librarian conference, but also obviously open to educators as well. And that was an amazing opportunity because we actually brought those facilitators back in and they met with us again. And I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about the Buffalo Jewish Federation and how.
Yeah, so we got affiliated with the Jewish Federation, and they hooked Mary and I both up with the Kindness Suitcase. So like Mary has one in the elementary, I have one in the middle school. Recently, we just had a video go out of actually one of our board members, Audrey, read one of the books from the Kindness Suitcase, and they pushed that out to the elementary. So that was kind of a little community builder as well. But the Kindness Suitcase it's teaching empathy, it's teaching tolerance, it's teaching kindness. It's all of the things that like we are focused on, but sometimes we get away from it with content. So it's really nice that the Kindness Suitcase is kind of rooting us back to that. And I think there's a special spot for it in middle school and hopefully eventually high school, because I do think there's a lot in there that we can see kind of grow a little bit further. So kind of a little bit of that SEL, social emotional learning as well.
With that, on top of the Kindness Suitcase, we also had the opportunity to both attend project-based learning sessions at Erie Wenbosie's. I was able to see the elementary side and have a lot of great ideas that I'm hoping to share and continue on with into next year. I know, Lacey, you had a chance to work with middle and secondary teachers as well.
So we want some more interest from teachers, and we're hoping that we can get potentially a little cohort going. And then do some kind of project-based learning / like professional development together with that cohort of teachers, and then kind of watch them fly and do it in their classrooms and see what happens. I do want to back up just to the Jewish Federation again, only because one thing too that was really special is we actually have now annual guest speakers that are Holocaust descendants come in and speak. So that was really empowering and moving for our students in the middle school. And then we did offer it up into our still middle school special ed. Did we?
No, I ended up, I brought some of my high school special ed classes down as well if the times coordinated with
So I'm thinking.
Lacey. And then I know she's expanding, I'm sure she'll touch upon a district-wide
Yes,
opportunity.
that's what I wanted to back up for. So anyways, the guest speakers were absolutely phenomenal. That's something that we're going to try to do annually, and I would love to like keep pushing that up to the high school as well, because again, we're looking for opportunities for students that they didn't once have. The one thing I wanted to highlight though about the Jewish Federation, one thing that they do that is, like, I'm blown away that it's free to the district, so I think that's amazing, is the Mobile Museum of Tolerance is actually going to be here next year in December. Like, we can sign up, and they'll follow our bell schedule, and we can bring our classes down there, and they roll with us. They'll teach about tolerance, empathy. Again, all the things that I just said, I'm not going to re-say them, but so important, right? Like, these are the things that we need to be caring about, so it's really exciting that that's happening. And so you have to book that a year in advance, so we have that booked for next year, and I'm hoping to then book it for next year and next year and next year. So hopefully, I do already know quite a few teachers who are interested in bringing their students, so I do think we're going to fill those days up as well. What? Oh, and then, I'm sorry, do you care if I talk
No,
about
that's
Taylor?
okay. Go right ahead.
Okay. Danielle Hawkins, myself, and Vale S. had the opportunity to run with a cohort of teachers this year for Taylor Swift-themed AI. You're all sad you weren't there, I know. But it was a nice way to get teachers on board with using a little bit more AI. I was learning there with them at times. Just a really cool experience. So that is something we're kind of trying to now push for next year, but next year's theme might be a little bit more focused on PBL. Mary had a great idea of now using the Bills, so
Like
we
the
thought
sports
that might
theme.
bring in some more people potentially. So excited. And then
Well, and I was just going to say a lot of these things that are happening right now, we're really excited because there's so much more potential to do even more with it. Not only just the project-based learning, but our partnership with the Buffalo Jewish Federation, and again, even this AI
Yeah.
PD. Like, there's so many different directions it can go in, and I think the great thing about it is it's using these surveys and the data from teachers and from students to help make sure it's also all based on things that are wanted from all of the people in the community.
yeah, the stakeholders spoke, and we're trying to listen. The last thing, next year we're also looking at using some equitable grading practices, so kind of getting away from, grading kids or docking kids for participation types of grades, like, oh, you were late, I'm going to take 2 points off. I'm looking at next year specifically in my classroom to kind of pilot doing not that and seeing how that goes. So that'll be something to kind of that we'll be looking at just next year to kind of see. And I think we'll start it small, and then I'm hoping to get a few teachers interested and have them start and just see that grow, hopefully.
And I apologize, but one of the other things that we're really looking to do, and Mike, I'm apologizing to you, if you could go back to the first
Thanks,
picture that was
Mike.
up there. A major part of this is also offering cross-curricular opportunities. So, we were able to, Lacey and I specifically brought our grade levels together this year, and we're hoping to obviously expand that as well. We brought first grade and sixth grade together to do an ancient cultures STEAM day, but looking for more connections across grade levels. So they're not only having an opportunity, to work with their own grade levels, but again, working across the district. And we have some ideas again on how we can continue to enhance that, but students loved that. Again, hands-on and getting a chance to work with some of the older students.
Yeah, it was a unique experience too, because some of the sixth graders didn't know first grade was doing the same thing, and some of the first graders knew more certain things than the sixth graders. So it was cute
Really
to
exciting.
see. So thank you so much. Sorry we talked so long.
Yeah, that's a good stuff.
Yeah.
I want to thank everyone for joining us again. I hope you can see that we are proud of what we've been able to accomplish this year, but we really all share the vision that we're just getting started. I think the future is bright in Akron. If anyone has been kind of following the New York State Inspires initiatives, portrait of a graduate. I think we will be in a very good position. The places where we're putting our energy and our attention are right where New York State says we need to be headed. Project-based learning, SEL, connections with the community and civic engagement. Those are areas that we identified as a district as important enough to focus on before we were even told we had to by New York State. So it's exciting to know that we're heading in the right direction. We heard our community, we heard our constituents, and we set those goals. And now New York State is also kind of saying that those are important. So that's exciting. We look forward to being able to present even more exciting stuff next year to you all. So thank you so much for being engaged in the school community, coming out and listening to us talk about this. We hope you have a good evening. Go Sabres. Yes, we have an audience question.
More of a comment than a question. I just wanted to, first of all, thank all of you for this presentation tonight. So none of this work would be possible or successful without tremendous leadership, and our teacher leaders are second to none. So thank you for the tremendous amount of hard work is clearly evident in everything that's done. One of the things that I think that we should be extremely proud of as a district, and it helps that we're small in a lot of ways, but like all boards are 100% rowing in the same direction. So our Board of Education goals are aligned with my superintendent goals, are aligned with building principal goals, as well as shared decision-making team, and then the instructional coaching positions that we've aligned to that work as well. And it's great to see the progress that is made, but none of that would be possible without all of you. So thank you so much for all that you do. Not only is this group rock stars in the classroom, but truly rock star contributors to our school community, recognizing that our students are our customers and we work for them and our parents and our community, and that's been at the heart of everything that's been done. And for anybody that's here that has not participated in those surveys that we send out, please do, because that work truly drives our strategic plan. It was never designed to be a document that sits on a shelf. It's evolving and changing every year based on the input from our students, our parents, and our community. So just heartfelt thank you to all of you for being so incredibly awesome.
Thank you. That's all we got.